So when it comes to debugging your Angular applications, the best browser, the only browser I really know of where it's easy to debug Angular applications is Chrome. It's built by Google and Angular is built by Google, so you can expect the best support for Angular to be in Chrome. So go into the Chrome extensions web store and just type in AngularJS. You'll find a couple of options at the bottom. The two packages I recommend to install, one is ng-inspector and the other one is the AngularJS Batarang stable, not the what looks like the official AngularJS Batarang. This hasn't been updated in quite a while and doesn't work with the latest versions of Chrome very well and doesn't work with the latest versions of Angular very well. But there's a stable version called AngularJS Batarang Stable, which I recommend to use instead. But just install both of them. Once installed, if you're in Play, the best way to see how these work is if you just click Preview, so we get the entire application in one page. So ng-inspector adds a toolbar icon to your Chrome menu. If you just click it, a little pop-out appears on the left-hand side. And through this pop-out, you can examine all of your controllers, all the various scopes in your application, and the data that's associated with it. So this is really how you get an insight into your model, into the model that drives your application. It's pretty quick, it's pretty easy, there's not much else that ng-inspector does, but it's one click and it's really quick to get using. So I really use ng-inspector more than I use anything else when it comes to debugging Angular applications. The other tool I use is Batarang, and you can find that by going into Inspect Element. And on the Developer Tools pane, you'll see that there's an AngularJS option. Click it. I'm just going to get some room here. Refresh the page. Okay, so just make sure to click Enable at the top. Once it's enabled, then you can click on different scopes. So this is the title. This is our controller scope. This is the title that you set to Moo. This is some internal Ionic scope for the Ion content pane. But really, I find the most useful part of AngularJS Batarang is this feature. So if you click on Elements, and then let's find the element that contains our controller. So there it is, the Ion pane. As long as it's selected in the Elements tab, when I click on Console, our scope variable is available for us to play around with and see what's going on. And there we go, there's our title of Moo. So this works even if you've got lots of nested controllers. As long as you have selected the right element in the Elements tab, the element associated with that controller, you will have access to the scope of the controller on the Console tab. So there you go, those are the two debugging plugins that I use all the time when debugging Angular applications.